Hubert against Pitt. You guys had the lead, didn't necessarily hold it. Today you guys are able to hold it. And
I'm like happy we won today. Can we start off on a good note?
Yeah, well that's what I was going to say. What that second half, especially what you saw from RJ and Seth and Leaky and Armando, what did that sort of tell you about the fight that your team has?
No, I was. As soon as I walked into the locker room after the game, I just told them how proud I was of them. One of the things that we've talked about is that for us to be successful, we just got to dig deeper. It's just, find the joy in how hard it is to be the best that you can be individually and as a team. And it's just going to be difficult at times. You're going to be met with adversity. And so in those times, you have to be connected to the discipline and the details, the things that we talk about and we drill and practice every day. And, with your effort and energy and enthusiasm, you have to dig deeper. And our guys did that. With Pete being injured basically as the game started and, having guys like Jalen Washington and Justin McCoy get extended time and just step up and be huge. And Seth was fantastic defensively, attacking the basket and scoring. And RJ and Caleb and Leaky and Wake Forest is such a good basketball team, and this was a really important game for us, and I just was really proud of it.
What'd you like about the three-guard lineup that you closed out with?
Well, I do. I like, Seth and Caleb and RJ on the floor together on both ends of the floor. I think they're really good defensively together, and so it puts us in a position to be at our best defensively. And then on the offensive end, now you add another guy that is a playmaker, another guy that not only can make a shot but create a shot. And I thought they played really well together, and they have throughout the season. Seth, his ability and athleticism to attack the basket, and then RJ and Caleb, their ability to be able to score and distribute the basketball. They were really good tonight, all three of them on the floor together.
Hubert, given what just happened in the NFL and in Cincinnati, when we had the play stoppage tonight, what do you tell your guys in the huddle, and how did you kind of keep them focused?
Well, we used that time to talk about where we were. I think it was like a 1-point game at that time, and so we just talked about things that we wanted to get better at defensively. We talked about things from an offensive standpoint that we wanted to take advantage of. We talked about different plays that we had run prior to that stoppage that worked for us and how we wanted to tweak and pivot and alter them just in case if they changed us defensively. We talked about a number of things, and then the break was for so long that we just started having conversations. We had conversation of RJ and Caleb's high school and where Leaky went to high school, and Armando taught me a new word, and so we were talking about that, and so I was trying to keep them loose and to get them to laugh a little bit, and we were laughing in the huddle, and I just felt like they loosened up a little bit and they were ready to go.
What was the new word?
Be careful.
Yeah. Can't bring it up. I was asking.
He said emotion.
Motion, like motion?
Like motion.
Like having motion?
Like having motion.
Oh, okay.
So Armando said that a couple days ago, and he kept saying it, and I was like, I don't know what that means. And I said, what does motion mean? He says, you have everything. You've got, you've got a nice car, you've got good friends, your life is in motion. And so in the huddle, I said, look, guys, let's get into motion. And they all looked at me and just started I was like, did I say it the right way? Did I say it the wrong way? And then we all just started laughing. And I was like, Armando taught me the word. And they were surprised a 52-year-old knew that. And so the new word is motion. Okay. So in the second half, we were in motion. Okay, it was great.
Trying to get a grasp on your rotation. You went with Jalen early on when Pete came out, and then you went with Justin McCoy. You've often gone with Puff Johnson or Tyler Nicola. What decides to kind of get that time?
I can tell you exactly. One of the things that I called Jalen and I called Justin, especially when we've been playing big bigger teams, that power forward and that four-man is pretty big. And so, like, their four-mans were 6'10", 6'11". And if we go small, I just felt like it put us in a bad situation defensively, and I thought we had to match up with them in terms of size to be able to defend them down low on the post, box out and rebound. And so that's exactly why I went with the bigger lineup, because Wake Forest is so big.
And what made you transition to the small lineup at the end? You just thought that was just working, and
They were finding a way, and it was a straight ball screen or a double drag was the double ball screen, and they were scoring at will. And so one of the things that they do is they find a play that's working, they'll continue to go back to it. And the lineup that we had in there, we just couldn't defend it. We had to go small. And so going small allowed us to be able to switch 1 through 4 and allowed us to be able to have a man-on-man and put us in a better position defensively.
Kind of building off of that lineup, when Seth comes in there, he's the primary defender on Tyree, holds him to 2 points the rest of the game. I guess how special and how advanced is he as a defensive player for a guy his age that you've seen across your many years in the game?
Well, I mean, he's one of the many reasons why that we recruited him. I mean, he's just gifted athletically, and he's a special defensive player. He can stay in front of the ball. He can rebound the basketball. He can make plays off the ball. He can get steals and deflections. He's just, and despite his height, he's pretty strong, and so you can't post him up either. And so he's a really special defensive player, but he was really good offensively for us as well.
It's late, hang on, it's late, and we'll be back here on Friday, so 2 more questions, please.
Hubert, the lift you got from Leaky offensively, he has those moments and those sequences where he does that, but it seemed like he just continued to stay aggressive tonight. Is that what you saw out of him, and have you been talking to him about, like, trying to keep the foot down?
Well, no, I like that,
Yep.
Because, there's times where they leave him open. And so, Leaky can make shots, and I like when he's aggressive, and if he's wide open, I tell him all the time, I want you to shoot the ball. Or if you don't want to shoot it, then drive it and create a shot for somebody else. And I felt like early he hit a couple, and then his confidence just continued to grow. I love when he attacks the basket because he can score, and if he gets fouled, he gets to the free throw line, and he's a good free throw shooter. I love when he's aggressive offensively. The more aggressive offensively he is and becomes more of a factor, we become more dangerous. And so I love it. He was huge in the first half for us.
Well, Coach Davis, what do you want to see in regards to consistency, building off this win and building that momentum going forward?
Well, I mean, that's something that we're working on, and something that we've talked about and a lot this year in terms of being consistent with the things that allow us to be the best that we can be out there on the floor. My hope is that we enjoy tonight, because we should. It was a hard-fought game, and I was really proud of them, and they played extremely well. And then tomorrow it just flips to the preparation and the process to be able to match up against a Notre Dame team that has always played us extremely well. And so we have a veteran team, and we understand that it's one of the things I told them before the game. I said, guys, it's time to go. And our first practice together was June 27th. And I told them today marks 193 days that we've been together as a group. And so with all the practices, the individual workouts, the weight sessions, the shoot-arounds, the film sessions, we need to be in a place where we can be consistent on the type of team that we want to become. And my hope is we continue to do that for the remainder of the season.
Thank you, everybody.